Hi everyone, it's Beth again, here for episode 3 in What is Lego from our Who HQ book club for the summer. I'm here every Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock reading from one of the Who HQ books. Next week we'll do a different book. Next week I think we're going to try one of the Who is blah 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 or Who was, but we haven't done one of those yet. Alright, so what is Lego? Chapter 4, How are Lego bricks made? All Lego bricks are made the exact same way. They begin as tiny plastic grains in different colors. Truckloads are brought to a Lego factory where they are stored in huge towers called silos. Farms have tall silos too for storing grain. That's crazy. Can you imagine, like, you go to a silo and you open it, like, oh my gosh, it's filled with Legos. Originally, there were 5 colors: red, yellow, blue, white, and green. Today, there are over 60 colors. Have you ever gone in the Lego store and they got the whole wall of Legos? The plastic grains are fed into pipes and sent to the correct injection molding machine for the color, size, and shape that are needed at that particular time. The grains are melted at a very hot temperature, about 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and mixed together until they turn into a thick plastic soup. The liquid plastic is poured into metal molds. After only 15 seconds, the plastic hardens. It is already cool enough for the bricks to be spit out onto a conveyor belt. At the end of the conveyor belt, they are dumped into large crates. Once a crate is filled with the correct number of identical bricks, it is marked with a barcode. A barcode tells the size, shape, and color of the bricks in a particular crate. A robot forklift comes and takes the crate directly to a warehouse, where the crate is stacked with other crates with the same barcode. When the different bricks in a set are needed, the robots return to the warehouse, find the correct crates, and take them to the assembly department. Each size, shape, and color brick is loaded into a machine that puts the correct number of them into a bin. Each bin is weighed to make sure it has the right number of bricks. The bin travels by conveyor belt to another machine which seals the correct number of bricks in small clear plastic bags. So now if you've ever gotten a set of Legos, usually they come in numbered bags, which makes the instructions even simpler. Okay. All the different bags of bricks needed for a set are sent down chutes into the familiar Lego boxes with a photo of the completed set on the cover. Lego employees double check that each box contains all the bags needed. The instructions are put in. Then the top goes on the box and it is sealed. Finally, Lego sets are put into larger cartons and shipped to toy stores around the world. When you're in a toy store, you'll notice that the box for every Lego set states what age it's for. The first ones were intended for children older than 5. The company thought that younger children would have a hard time snapping the bricks together and taking them apart. The company also worried that small children might put the bricks into their mouths and possibly choke. However, Lego heard that younger children were playing with the bricks. So, in 1969, Lego started bringing out Duplo sets. The Duplo plastic bricks were exactly twice the size of standard Lego bricks. They were designed for younger children with smaller hands. Because of their size, they were safe for children as young as 1.5 years old. The company made Duplo versions of the best-selling Lego sets, like the farm and police station. Duplo took a while to catch on. The company advertised that as children grew older, they could still use Duplo bricks with Lego bricks. They fit together perfectly. While Duplo is made for toddlers, the most complicated Lego sets are marked for ages 12 and up. That includes grown-ups of all ages who have never grown tired of playing with Lego. Do you know any grown-ups that still play with Lego? I've seen at Lego Club, we have lots of grown-ups that like to play with the kids that come. Chapter 5, Branching Out. The Lego Town system was followed by others, all on themes popular with young children: pirate sets, farm sets, and castles. In fact, Lego has introduced more than 200 castle-themed sets, including a Japanese Flying Ninja's Fortress. The Flying Ninja's Fortress came out in 1998. It is a great example of how much thought is put into every Lego toy set. The fortress can be assembled in 3 ways. It loosely copies the style of fortresses in Japan from centuries past, when warriors, ninjas, and samurais fought to protect a lord's land. There are 9 minifigures. 7 are warriors who come with armor, helmets, and weapons. A flying contraption with movable wings can be attached to the minifigures. In addition, there is a trap door and a treasure chest with tiny treasure inside, and even a jail for the robber minifigure. Okay, I'm going to stop and read a blurb that I think might be a popular one. Ninjago. In 2011, Lego came out with a system for an imaginary world called Ninjago. Ninjago was based on a mix of Japanese and Chinese myths. The sets in this system became enormously popular. In addition to the fun construction, there were biographies for each ninja minifigure. This inspired kids to role play. In role play, kids imagine they are different characters and act out different adventures with them. The success of Ninjago and the animated TV series on Cartoon Network led to a full-length movie that came out in 2017. Other popular castles made by Lego include Sleeping Beauty's castle from Disney's amusement parks. It's one of the largest sets Lego makes. There's also Princess Elsa's castle from the Frozen movies. Lego is allowed to make these toy sets because it has signed an agreement with Disney. For every Elsa's castle that is sold, Lego pays Disney some money. This is called having a license. Over time, Lego has had many licenses. For example, The Simpsons, Pirates of the Caribbean, and its most popular licensed line of all. Do you have a guess what that is? What do you think their most popular licensed item is? Star Wars. Back in 1978, Lego introduced the space system, reflecting children's fascination with the great beyond. There were rocket ships, a space station, and so on. But there was no storyline connecting the different sets. 1 year earlier, 1977, Star Wars had played in movie theaters all across the United States. It was the first of 9 mega hit films, and its storyline seemed to fit perfectly for Lego toys. It is now more than 20 years since Lego first made a deal with Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm is the creator of Star Wars. It has produced Lego sets for all the Star Wars movies. Some of the most intricate and impressive Lego sets copy things seen in the films, such as the Death Star, the Cantina in the first movie, and the Millennium Falcon. The biggest Lego vehicle ever built. Quick blurb. On May 23rd, 2013, a 43-foot-long X-Wing starfighter appeared in New York City's Times Square. It was built out of 5,334,200 Lego bricks and weighed almost 46,000 pounds. It took 32 Lego master builders about 4 months to build it in the Lego model shop in the Czech Republic. Then it traveled to the United States inside a freight ship that was moved to Times Square. It stayed there for 3 days before it was moved to Legoland in California for the rest of the year. I actually think, too, the biggest set you can buy is now the Millennium Falcon, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Chapter 6, Lego's Little People. The only thing missing from the first Lego system were people to inhabit the houses and buildings, and that didn't last for long. The first Little People, a family of 4, came out in 1974. A year later, police officer figures were added. Their uniform was painted on them. Each of the 4 police officers was in a different pose, but their arms and legs didn't move, and they didn't have faces. Over time, Lego improved their minifigures. That's what the company called them. First came arms that moved. These minifigures were known as Stiffies. Then, later, minifigures came with legs that moved too. Today, the standard Lego minifigure has 9 parts: head, body, hip joint, 2 arms, 2 hands for gripping things, and 2 legs. At least 8,000 different Lego minifigures have been created for various Lego toy sets. Most Lego sets come with a certain number of minifigures. Space station sets, for example, include astronauts. Makes sense? Bags of minifigures are also sold separately. Okay, I'm going to do a little blurb here about Playmobil. Playmobil toy sets were introduced in the 1970s by a German toy company. The Playmobil sets do not use bricks. Instead, they have plastic pieces, like the walls and roof of a castle that snap together. They also have small plastic figures that go with the theme of the playset. For example, knights for a castle. Playmobil started coming out with plastic people before Lego did. That's interesting. The Playmobil toys appeal to about the same age group as young Lego builders and are on many of the same themes. Playmobil toys are popular, but not nearly as popular as Lego. They do not offer the possibility of combining pieces or designing entirely new structures. The majority of minifigures back to Lego. The majority of Lego figures have black eyes. Non-human ones, such as monsters, have colored eyes. Child minifigures have larger eyes than the grown-ups and often have freckles. If you have minifigures, check that. I've never noticed. There are over 600 different facial expressions. Sometimes a minifigure has more than one expression. For example, if a minifigure had a sad or upset face, there may be a happy face painted on the back of the head. A child can just turn the head around, adjust the wig or hat, and suddenly the minifigure is all smiles. Probably what strikes anyone first is the color of the head on minifigures. Nearly all have bright yellow heads. Bright yellow was chosen because no real people have skin that color. At Lego.com, the company explains that they felt this was a way for no child to feel left out. Some minifigures do have other color skin. For example, brown, pale pinkish white. But the website says those figures are usually based on characters we didn't create, such as the ones in movies that Lego has based toys on. Okay, so characters that Lego does not create will have the skin tone of whatever that character has. But if Lego invented it, it'll have yellow skin. So in the Lego movie and Ninjago, Chima, trying to think of, all those Lego characters have yellow skin. Okay. The vast majority of Lego minifigures are male. There are way fewer female minifigures. There have been complaints about this. Perhaps there's such a difference because it's estimated that boys, real ones, make up about 90% of Lego's audience. I don't believe that's true. I have no idea if that's true. That just seems like a lot. As for its female minifigures, Lego has sometimes been criticized for sticking to stereotypes. It wasn't until 1993 that the first female astronaut was included in a space set. In real life, the first female astronaut, Sally Ride, flew into space 10 years earlier in 1983. Also causing some controversy were the Lego Friends sets. They were first introduced in 2012. Lego purposely designed them to appeal to girls. The I in the word friends is dotted with a heart. The different sets include lots of hot pink bricks, which are used for building a hair salon, a dressing room, and a supermarket, among other things. Critics thought that these sets reinforced out-of-date ideas about what girls were like or wanted to become. Lego Friends sets, however, were a huge hit. Girls loved them. Lego made lots of money while also getting more customers for their toys. Remember, one of Godfred's hopes was that Lego would be toys for boys and girls. And some parents were glad to see more girls building and constructing with Lego Friends. That was important to them. What do you think? Take a look at a friend set. Maybe you or a friend already own one. And decide for yourself. All right, I will stop there for today. We'll pick up with chapter 7 tomorrow. But make sure to sign up for the summer reading program. And I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock for episode 4 of What is Lego? All right, bye.